Welcome, everybody. This is the One Shot Revolver for That's How We Roll. And I begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation and the Noongar people, traditional custodians of the lands on which we meet today, and pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. So, thanks very much. And I will hand over to Dan, our GM for the evening.
Hi. So tonight we are doing using a system called Cthulhu Dark, which is a very fun and interesting, very low light rules Lovecraftian set. The way it works is you guys are humans. You pick your settings. In this case, it's the modern day. You pick a job. So basically, a task that your occupation that your investigator can do. So going around, just alphabetically, starting with Lucky because your character starts with E. If you could introduce your character and what they do for a job and why you're on the train this morning in
No,
the
easy
London
done.
Underground.
Name's Lockie, as mentioned. I am playing Eddie Locke as a name I thought sounded cool. Not to be confused with Eddie Brock from Spider Man. I will be playing the Nepo baby, who's a paranormal blogger and urban explorer. So his background is that he writes a blog for himself called the Phantom Atlas, and he's been traveling around trying to figure out all these little mysteries that have appeared around the world at different points in time, spending his family's money to do so. And he's on the train this morning because in the location where we're going, he's heard that there was some kind of mystery that couldn't be explained by the police.
Excellent. Next, we have Perry Ashcroft Blythe.
Ashcroft White. Me and Lucky sort of had similar ideas to a certain degree. Perry's got a job thanks to his daddy. Perry works as an associate executive talent liaison, which essentially he networks for 22-pound cocktails
Mhm.
until until daddy dies and he takes over the estate at least.
Excellent. And then finally, we have Stacey McIntyre.
Hi, I'm Stacey. I'm a vet because real doctors treat more than one species. I'm also a horse chick.
Mhm.
We are in England.
Yes,
That's
London
yep.
Underground.
I do actually own a horse. He is a beautiful bay warm blood, and I take him out riding as often as I can. Obviously, I have him adjusted because I don't have space to have a stable. I am not a Nepo baby. I am just a regular working class, doctor.
Thank goodness.
I'm on the train because I'm on my way into work. I wasn't supposed to be rostered on today, but the intern's sick, so they've called me in to take on the shift. And I'm just hoping that it's not going to be a super long day and we don't have to send too many poor little fluffy critters across the Rainbow Bridge today. So,
Beautiful. And so the way the system works with that is, so anytime you guys want to try something, if it's within normal human capabilities, you roll 1d6. If it's also within your occupational expertise, so for example, for Stacy, if it's something to do with looking after an animal, they'll roll an additional one. And then if you want to risk your sanity, you can roll a third one or another one. And basically, we take the highest out of those three rolls. If your insanity die is the highest one, then you need to roll again to potentially risk your sanity and start going a bit crazy as things get a bit Lovecraftian and weird. So you can imagine, like, if you what you said, you're going to jump out of a window to escape fish people. On a one, you jump out of the window, but you don't make the next ledge. You crash and land in the alley and possibly slowed because you're now limping. Whereas on the six, you not only like cartwheel and land perfectly, but you manage to get a burst of speed to help your escape. So that's the kind of what we're working with. You guys also have insanity, so that's really the only thing to track, which currently starts at one. Anytime something happens that could start to affect your sanity, we roll a six-sided dice, and if the number is higher than your insanity level, then you start. Your insanity level increases until you're incurably mad at 6.
Awesome. That sounds like a dream.
Basically, yeah. And then in terms of gear, basically it's the things that I would expect you guys to have with you as a human being slash vet slash talent agent slash occultist on your person as you're traveling along the London Tube.
You know, part of my podcast thing is that Eddie always carries around a bazooka. So it's weird that that you bring that up now, but I just thought I'd point it out.
I'm also gonna point out, Lucky, that my child made the exact same joke when I ran this one shot with them.
I see. Well, clearly it's the strategy move.
Kids obviously have great genes, Dan, like to be that smart.
Yep, that's it.
Exactly. So you guys are on the London Tube. I always loved the London Tube. I was there last year in London because you don't see. You're on the ground. You don't see daylight, and it's so easy to get lost. The three of you are strangers. You don't know each other. You just happen to be on the same carriage, and kind of out of each of your control, you all kind of doze off, fall asleep, and then jolt up and awaken on this carriage.
What time of year is it? Like, is it pleasantly warm down in the tube, or is it unpleasantly warm?
I'm going to call it pleasantly warm. I'm going to say that you guys all have your coats, like holding your coats, like it's wintertime. So it is heated down there.
Eddie wears a worn army jacket. It's covered in patches and a GoPro light.
Excellent. As you look outside, so even though the train's clearly moving and you hear that da-dum of the move of the tracks, there's no external lights visible outside of the windows. And if it wasn't for the rumble of the wheels, it would be impossible to tell that it was moving. After a while, anybody, and this presumably all of you, you'd be familiar that by now you should have passed a station. Even if there was like a lights out situation, there'd be emergency lighting. You'd have seen a station whizzing past, and that hasn't happened.
Are there other people on the train?
Just the three of you.
Nice. I think Eddie will get up and kind of go over and sit next to Perry, like, hey, man, I'm I think I dozed off for a minute there. What station are we at?
I'm not sure. I got a hell of a hangover. I must
Obviously, these two Nepo babies have not been paying attention because they don't actually care where they get off this train. What was the last station that we passed that I actually saw the station?
I'm going to say King's Cross because that's the only one that I remember off the top of my head.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, I mean, sorry, man, I'm not from around here, so my first time over here in jolly old England. So just trying to find my bearings. So I remember getting on at King's Cross, and I mean, is it just really spacious between stops in England? Is that the thing here?
No, we should have passed another station by now, I imagine. I mean,
I'm going to check my phone.
Wasn't
Do I
this,
have any coverage?
where is everyone? Like this train was packed when I got on.
So no, there's no coverage, which is unusual because the underground does have pretty good connectivity. So you're cut off from the outside world.
She looks like a local.
Time is like the clock is normal?
Well, it's 10:30 in the morning, so it's about, we'll say that you guys are on your way to work, so it's a little bit later than what you would have anticipated.
How old would you say Stacy is, Daniel?
About 30.
Yeah, okay. So I think Eddie in his probably early 20s, maybe like 19, 20, something like that. Just look, excuse me, miss. You seem like a local, being the garb you're wearing. Just wondering, do you know where we are? Trying to pace myself and seem to be a bit lost.
Well, we're on the tube.
Yeah, I got that. Thanks.
We should.
Darkness.
Are you on the wrong line? Where are you going?
I got on at King's Cross and I was expecting to get off at her, but no, it's haven't passed that station yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe we've been like rerouted. Maybe.
No. Is there a loop that kind of works like that or something here?
No, not really.
Ah, all right.
Might
I'll say, just to interrupt Eddie, Eddie, as you walked over and went across, you noticed two things.
I did.
Um, well, the first one you saw was a bit of graffiti on the wall. It reads the word appease, and
Mhm.
then on one of the empty seats, you see what looks like a small toy, a child's toy.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, like I'm assuming you've been awake the whole time. But what happened to the rest of the passengers that were here?
I dozed off. I might go check if there's anyone else on the train. This is
Mhm.
kind of creepy.
Yeah,
Harry's gonna
you do
start
that. I'm
playing.
gonna quickly whip out my laptop, make a couple of notes, and he'll go down and sit next to the child's toy.
Yep.
What is it?
So as you get closer to the child's toy, it's black with pink outlines on it. It
Mhm.
looks like a little octopus. You know those ones that like reversible.
Ah,
It's
yeah,
currently got a sad face. Um,
nice. He'll flip it over to be smiling and then put it next to him.
as you flip it over and it starts showing a happy face, you hear a click, and the door at the end of the carriage slides open.
That
Since I
yeah.
just got up to go and look in the other carriages,
Mhm.
I'm probably close to that door. Is
Mhm.
there anybody there?
The strangely enough, if you look at the carriage, the windows are blacked out, so you don't know if it's because the lights are out in the next carriage or if it's just like some kind of covering over it or something like that.
Super creepy. Okay, I'm going to get my little flashlight out of my handbag and
Mhm.
turn it on in case it is the lights out. And I'm going to like open the door between carriages
Mhm. As
and
you reach out to
shine the
try,
light in.
so as you shine the light in, you can't see anything. So it looks like there is something covering the windows. As you go to reach for the door, it appears to be locked. You can't move the handle.
Okay. And a try it at the other end of our carriage. I assume we're not at the front or back.
Yeah, you are actually. So as you reach there, you realize, oh, this is the back carriage. You don't remember for sure if you started in the front or back carriage, but this is the end
Mm.
of the train.
Is there one of those? I don't know if they have it in
Mhm.
London. One of those cool driver buttons.
Yeah,
They do have them.
common around the world, not a Melburnian invention. So you press that, and there is just static.
And said it before, but yeah, Perry will start playing with his phone before
Mhm.
walking up to where Stacy is at the end of the carriage,
Yeah,
and having a look down there and be like, oh, it's awfully dark down there.
Eddie,
Yeah.
do you join them, or you've got to be? Are you lagging behind? Lucky.
Oh, sorry. No, he'll lag behind. He'll sit at the thing. He's quickly making a note of the things that he's experienced, being that
Yeah,
he's preparing his blog. So he's pulled out his laptop and he's trying to boot that up and make a quick reference note to himself.
no worries. So yeah, so you do that. Doesn't take very long.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
Yeah. Look, so we've got the locked door at one end and the other and the other end doesn't go anywhere. Is that what we said?
So basically, you guys are at the final carriage of the train, the
Yeah.
very back. So there's no way to go at the we'll call it the south end. Up
Mhm.
at the north end, the other two have like gone onto like that little crossing bridge,
Yep.
you notice, between carriages. They tried to look through the window. It's got coverings over. It seems to have coverings. They can't
Yeah,
see
great.
into the next carriage. And when they tried the door, it appears to be locked.
Excellent. So upon doing that, he'll close his laptop, put it under his arm, and
Mhm.
then walk up the carriage to being alone in the carriage seems a little spooky. So he'll switch on his GoPro camera and light,
Yep.
and start orderly saying what's happening. Like, I'm walking down the carriage. The other people on this thing have currently left. I'm going to try and get out the exit and see what they're doing because they appear stuck between carriages. Uh, as he does so, he'll run back and grab the octopus toy and try
Mhm.
and fumble it so he's holding the laptop under his arm and the octopus toy and invert it again just to see if there was some weird coincidence there.
No, but strangely, as you invert it, it stays in the same mood. Like
It's happy both sides or angry both sides?
It's now happy on both sides. As you're kind of walking along shuffling, the second you pass the door out of this carriage,
Mhm.
the door slams shut behind you, and
Whoa!
you start hearing an ominous clicking, a mechanical clicking coming from that carriage, and the door in front of you guys opens.
I shine the
Brilliant.
torch into it.
We're being haunted and live streamed.
Yeah, well, I mean, sorry, you guys are okay with being on camera? Is that fine? I
I'd
want
really
to
rather you didn't.
look. It's fine. I mean, I can blur out your thing post, and you'll be right. I just will need you to sign a waiver to say that I can use your voice. That's.
And he
Did
always
you do
said
something just then?
publicity was
Because
good.
I didn't see you touch the door when that opened. Is that an English thing that you can't open one and close the other?
No,
No,
the tube doesn't have airlocks. Where are you
Weird.
from?
Yeah, I'd like to say that I'm from Australia, but I travel everywhere. You know, it's a common thing. You could say I'm a citizen of the world, really. Spent some time in Nepal. New Guinea was nice. Yeah, the
So,
southern states.
backpacker.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's you might have heard of me. Have either of you ever read the Phantom Atlas? It's a little podcast that I'm in charge of, and famous blog. Two viewers
I
currently.
was side-eye Stacy and then turn towards the open carriage. Right.
Eddie,
Well,
before that happens, Eddie, could you just roll a d6 for me?
I think I can. You're ready for this.
A normal D6?
Just
How
a
does a two
standard.
treat you?
A 2 treats me very well.
Mm-hmm.
The mechanical locking mechanism, the mechanical sound you hear stops, and you very quickly realize that the carriage has disconnected itself, and you're on the wrong half of the bridge, and you're starting to fall back from everyone else.
Whoa, where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? And he just
leap.
he tries. I think he'll try, quickly jiggling the handle behind him if there's one.
No, there isn't. But you manage to leap and join the others. But as you
Yeah.
do, you scrape and hurt yourself. So I'm going to say that you take 1 point to your insanity die. So it goes automatically. Well, I'll let you roll for it. So
Okay.
basically, roll another d6 to see if you succeed. At
How does a 2 treat you?
Yeah, so your insanity goes up to 2 as this
great.
you hurt yourself for
back to lucky
seemingly-
rolls.
Yeah, it hasn't
back to lucky
changed. No
rolls.
matter what game I play, it's really impossible to roll above a 3.
I'll also say as well that as you guys turn to look, it looks like whatever was covering those doors have cleared away, and it looks just like another normal carriage.
All right, I don't want to say
But
anything, but
empty.
that seemed weird, right? That's clearly not an English thing.
That's very weird.
I am going to step into the carriage rather than
Yes.
stand on the bridge, which has got like empty,
Yes.
dangerous train
Um,
tube behind us.
I'd like to do some
Massively.
kind of perception roll out the back to see if I can look, if I'll push my laptop and the toy inside the door and kind of lean over the edge at the back and see if I can see under, looking in the shadows and things like that. He's a paranormal investigator. I want to see what detached this.
Yeah, give me a human roll. I'll give you an extra bonus one since you're actively looking. This falls under your purview of investigator, I'll say.
And if I can, you said I can add an insanity die. Is that a thing?
So just make sure it's a separate dice, because if that one's higher, then you'll be risking your sanity.
I'm gonna do that.
All right.
3d6. Yeah.
So roll 2d6 and then roll the insanity one separate to make sure we're tracking which one's which.
I rolled a 5 and a 2 for my basic.
Yep.
And my insanity die rolled a 3.
Cool. So so for the 5, that's fine. Your sanity's unmarked. You look over the edge. So even though there's nothing there's no ectoplasm, there's no obvious gremlins working on mechanics, nothing like that. It just appears that it's disconnected, and
interesting.
There's nothing to see there.
No. He hones in, tries to make sure that he waits there a second just so that the camera autofocuses in time, and after not appearing anything, he'll pull himself up.
Awesome. Stacy, you're looking around inside the carriage from the doorway?
Yeah, I have stepped into the carriage.
Mhm.
If there's nothing that immediately looks dangerous, I'm going to go to the front of the carriage and press the call driver button repeatedly.
All right. So as you do, there's a couple of things. One of them is that there's a poster advertising a local Broadway show. I'm going to call it Six because I love that show and it was a lot of fun. So, and it's got like the
Shameless
top,
plug.
yeah, the top right corner is torn. You run across to the I'll say
it's only
halfway
5.
through. You run to the where like the call driver button is. You're pressing it. There's a static. No answer, no response, and that's like hard. You'd know this is like hardwired to go to the police. Like there's
Yeah.
always somebody wanting to answer that. Yeah, this is one of those ones. It's a bit unusual in that every now and then there's like little tables like in between bunkers, like it's almost like become a canteen style setup. Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, Eddie pulling himself up will grab his laptop again and the child's toy, and he's like, I gotta note this. And so he'll, quickly dart to the nearest seat and quickly flip up his laptop and start typing away again. Just as like, in between carriages, it disconnected on its own. No sign of gremlins or ectoplasm upon inspection. Clearly something's going on here from the paranormal world.
I would probably almost start believing that it was something paranormal if it weren't for the fact that Eddie keeps saying that it is.
He's ruining the paranormal
Yeah.
aspect. for
Absolutely.
everything they believe.
I feel like every time Eddie says something about paranormal, like Barry just
any
looks
other
at
explanation,
Stacey.
anything.
Yeah.
I feel like Dib from Invader Zim. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
It's, he was a
Yep.
paranormal investigator. Now I'm thinking about it.
And
I get it.
absolutely nobody
He
believes
sees
him.
it all, and no one else believes him.
Yeah.
It's good.
You're living that life now.
Yep.
Okay, so this is super weird. I'm going to do a quick search of this carriage and see if there's anything in it.
Yeah.
Like, there are no people. Is there any evidence that there were people here? Has anybody left like an umbrella or a newspaper behind? Or is this just a clean, creepily empty train carriage?
Yes, but so there's no people. Like there's nothing left behind. You do see another piece of graffiti. It wasn't immediately visible because like one of the seats is facing away from you as you're coming through. It's next to one of those little tables I mentioned earlier, and it reads "Remembrance Lost."
Okay, like this is super weird. Do you guys have names? I mean, obviously you have names. I'm Stacey. It's nice to meet you under super creepy, weird circumstances. I think they're terrorists doing something. Like I think we need to get off this train.
Without looking up from his laptop, Eddie continues looking at the screen. Eddie, and keeps typing away. Raises his hand to wave at you, and
I'm Perry, and terrorists would disappear a whole train full of people and just leave us on a train by
Well,
ourselves.
they might crash a train to. I don't know what they would.
Where did everyone else go and try to
Do we
peer
even know
outside
that there were other people on the train? I mean, I wasn't paying attention when I got on, and I fell asleep. Maybe
there was absolutely other people on the train.
Yeah, no, look,
Eddie, I had my face like in an armpit of Boots Armani for the last 20 minutes because I had to give up my seat to this old lady. There were absolutely other people on this train.
Well, he closes the laptop and said, I think the only explanation is that this could be the rapture. There's been rumors in multiple religions where people have teleported away, and I think we might be the only ones left on this planet.
I very slapped Eddie.
The rapture.
Like, wake up.
Ow! Jeez! Why? What was that for?
I thought that would work.
What would work?
Slap him again on the other side.
Come on, man! Seriously!
I'll
Don't
allow
look good
it.
on camera. You're gonna bruise.
I'm gonna
Shit.
go check the door into the next carriage.
Well, Stace, hold up. And Eddie will close his laptop and run up. I want to capture this. I missed it last time, and so he'll follow up right behind.
Yeah.
You stay back there, Perry.
Perry, you
3
stay
paces at all times.
there? Perry, do you stay there?
No, I'll follow slowly, and Perry will be like, oh, I thought we were dreaming. I just thought that would make, I was going to slap myself.
I got you on camera, Perry. Okay, I got you on camera. Your choice, man.
So I'm going to say that Stacy goes through the door first, and she's the one who said it. The rest of you follow. You
Mhm.
find yourselves in a standard-looking train carriage. There is some of them have little tables between the chairs. There is a corner there's a poster advertising 6 with a corner missing. There is graffiti on one of the chairs facing away from you, reading "Remembrance Lost."
This is the same carriage we were just in.
I left the toy on the seat when I walked up.
Mhm.
Is it still on the seat in the next carriage?
It isn't, but as you kind of get there and reach, you feel a bulge in your pocket, and when you pat, it is the octopus.
Yeah, that's huh. Oh, okay.
It's got this beautiful, happy smile as it seems to look at you.
I mean, how big is this octopus?
Like ball size, like tennis ball size, because it's like soft and squishy. It
Smaller than the one that
a
I'm
little bit
currently
smaller
shown.
than a little bit
got it.
smaller than that one.
All right,
Octopus
so
in your
yeah,
pocket?
he looks at it and is like, huh, and he'll just instinctively kind of laptop under the arm, hold it in, and turn it inside out again to see the smile on the same side. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It is pleased
What's
with
that
you.
toy you've got?
I found it on the chair back there. It was one of the only things that remained in the room. I thought it was worth keeping, but I mean, I haven't seen one like this. And he throws over to Perry. He's like, yeah, look, have that. Entertain your own hands rather than slapping.
Mhm.
Yeah. Barry grabs the little octopus thing and fiddles around with it and like tosses it onto a seat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tear the bottom right-hand corner off that poster
Mhm.
and keep the torn off piece, and then try going through the door again, just to be completely certain.
Are you going by yourself, or are the others following you?
I don't know.
I-
Are they following me?
Yeah, I think. I mean, is it painfully obvious? It looks like the same carriage.
100%. There's nothing indicating it's anything different.
Yeah. Okay. So great. So at that point, Eddie will start vocalizing what he's saying, and that this looks like it appears to be the same character. It's kind of sort of stuck in a kind of limbo loop. So perhaps the rapture is testing us at this point. That might be what's going on. So let's do some science. And Stace, if you'd be willing to continue on, I'll see if you come back through this door. And so he's going to wait there for you to loop back through.
Looking back through the door we've just come through,
Mhm.
can I see us?
You open the door and look through.
The door
Yeah,
at the
behind
back.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look backwards. Yeah, you can see you're quite close to Stacy as she's heading towards the door that you're holding open. Behind her is Eddie, also behind you.
So yeah, he's
That
opened
is
up and
super
like Eddie's
creepy.
like, okay, I don't want to say that I told you all so, but this is clearly limbo. We are being tested onto whether our hearts are pure. That's the only thing that's making sense here. Now, if you have a look here, and he'll sit down and try and pull up some religious thing that coincides with that through his documentation that he's got on his laptop.
Stacey, maybe if you slap him, we'll wake up.
No one slaps me. I'm sick of that shit.
I'm gonna go through the door anyway.
Yep. So you push past Perry.
Harry
you
will
look at
hold it
the-
open like a gentleman.
Yep. You go up and you look at the poster, and aside from the first missing corner, the one that you hold is whole. It's still there. You've got a duplicate corner in your hand.
Oh no, that's interesting.
And I'll also say this
What's
as well. You bang your knee painfully against the seats. in the past you've had no trouble like navigating these aisles. This time it just feels a bit squishy, tight.
If I look back through the door I just came through,
Hmm.
I can still see Perry and Eddie
Yeah.
in the carriage behind us where there shouldn't be a carriage.
Hmm.
But I
And
can also
yourself?
see them in the carriage that I'm in.
Yes. You
Can
can't
she
see
see
yourself.
herself? Yeah, I like that question.
I was going to say you, but you also can't see yourself.
I'm going to go back.
I'm
And
gonna, but before I do that, because you're investigating this aspect so hard, give me an insanity dice roll because that's starting to break your brain as a player, let alone as a character.
yes, it is. That is a 6.
Cool. So your insanity goes from 1 to 2. Please track that. It will be relevant eventually, more relevant as we go on.
I am tracking. Yes, I'm going to go back through the door so that I'm
Mhm.
notionally back in the carriage I was in.
Yeah. Yeah,
What,
you're able to
Stacy
walk through.
walk through the door past me
Yep.
and then appear at the other end of the.
Basically, yeah. Well,
All
no,
right.
you walk her, you see her walk through and and then she pushes past you. And you can't see her anymore. Like, you can't see her, like, on the far side anymore. It's because she's in the way of you now.
It
You
probably
can't
would have
see.
been interesting for you guys to look at the back of the carriage and see if I came in.
I'm actually confused now because I said when I opened the back of the carriage and looked backwards.
So my understanding is Stacy's, like, pushing back and forth for you as they go in and out of these carriages. So I'm just saying that, like, so she comes behind you, pushes past you to go into the carriage as you're looking down at her leaving through the door.
So what if we're going to go with our north and south reference?
Yeah.
Perry went to the southern entrance and opened
Yep.
the door there.
Yep.
And then upon doing so, Stacy walked to the north door
Mhm.
and then passed Perry as she walked past coming through the south door.
That's right.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay.
And then walked back
Mhm.
through
All right.
what is now for Stacy the south door and for you guys the north door.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Eddie's going to okay, I think I've got all this on camera. Now, let's see. No, there's Stace, what did you see when you looked back? Were you there?
No, I was only in the one place. You guys were in 2 places.
Interesting. I'm curious as to whether we can all react. If you head out the north door and I head out the south door, we'll be able to figure out whether this is some kind of repeating mirror image or if the whole limbo world is in a circle. So you head out the north, I'll head out the south here, and Perry, we're going to look at you and make sure you're our anchor point. All right. So you wait right there.
I'm gonna stay in this carriage for a moment.
All right. How about you, Slaps? Then you ready to go out the north door, or you can have the south door where you're right where you are. You go out that door. I'll wait out this door, and both of us will keep an eye on Stace. Yeah.
Or
Great. So I'm
not
gonna
helping my
walk.
hangover at all.
I'm gonna watch Stace or Stacy and keep walking backwards up through the corridor until he gets to the door and like feels for the door, and then just while watching Stacy the whole time, keeping an eye on Perry and Stacy
Yeah.
to see whether, if any point, they disappear.
So don't forget there's, like, the bridge in between as well, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
So you guys kind of go through, the 3 of you find yourselves in that little bridge.
No,
Going
I'm
through.
staying in the carriage.
Oh, you're staying in the carriage. Okay.
Yep.
So
I'm
you're walking
watching
backwards,
them
watching
both,
her.
but
Yep. As you do so, and then you're walking backwards, Eddie goes past the door, past Perry, goes into the door of a new carriage, walks into a new iteration of that carriage. As you're walking backwards, though, you
Do we
find.
bump into each other when we cross?
Yep. So you are physically
like
touching each other.
our backs bump into each other when he's
Yep.
gone through the north door, I've gone through the south.
That's right.
Amazing. All right. Well, that
And
being the case,
I'll
what we
also
need.
add one thing as well. As you enter the carriage again, I assume you continue on.
Yeah.
You, instead of being able to, like, walk, like, sideways normally through the aisles, you're just having to angle yourself slightly to navigate these aisles. The aisles are narrower than they were.
Nice. And do they continue shrinking as I continue up the way?
It just seems it's more that it's now the whole carriage feels aphobic.
Is that just for Eddie, or is Perry finding that as well?
If Perry goes into that carriage, same feeling.
Well, we go in opposite
Perry went
directions,
through the south door.
Yeah.
and I went through the north door. Yeah.
So yeah, going through that, yes, you're going into that, and you into the meeting, basically heading towards each other in the same carriage now. Because at one point there's only ever one carriage. You guys are always walking in or out of the same space. But
Do
yes.
I see them walk in through the opposite doors to the?
yeah,
I look at the poster on the wall.
And so walking backwards from the doorway, eventually we bump into Stacy.
that's right.
And we're watching each other walk backwards.
Yep. And as you do, you're like having to like, left, right, kind of like navigate this narrower aisle, and it looks in portion as well. If anything, the carriage might be slightly smaller than it was.
Or does it feel like the walls are shrinking or something?
It does. Now I'm getting that same sensation now. Questioning, looking at Stacy, does she look like she's the same size, or larger, or smaller, or?
No, it looks like you guys are all the same size you were. It looks like the carriage is smaller,
But
shorter.
Stacy hasn't moved carriage.
Does the carriage still look smaller to me, even though I stayed in it?
You can't explain it, but you definitely feel a bit more claustrophobic. And we're not talking big differences, but it does feel like it's an extra inch too. Like it's just that extra bit of annoyance trying to navigate the space.
Yeah, but it's basically as we change the rooms, it affects it for all of us.
That's right.
What's going on. All right.
And
the other part.
Poster?
So the poster's unchanged, but I'll also point out there's still that graffiti chair with the words "Remembrance Lost" on it, and a table. Is the only other things to interact with. Like a little, it's like sometimes it's like a cantina style where you got like two chairs that are like facing each other and there's a little table.
Table.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's all ignore the two things that Dan has said and focus on the poster only.
Well, the reason I'm focusing on the poster is when I went through the north door and looked at the poster on the wall, the corner I'd torn off was back on the poster. So I had a duplicate corner. But now I went back south and presumably back into the carriage that the poster had been
ripped
torn.
in.
Was it ripped, or was it still like pristine?
So the first, it's pristine as in it's the way it was when you first saw it, with that top right corner missing. But the one that you torn was repaired or replaced.
Oh, Eddie, look at that! We could just tear down the posters constantly. You can get a whole stack of posters, and you can go around putting down the posters for a couple of pounds. Good way to make money.
I'm not exactly sure how we're going to make money from it. The reselling a poster. I think it's more interesting that
or someone like you could figure it out.
It's true. I am a genius in many ways. I can figure that in my own time. But in the meantime, let's see if we can find anything else around. Let's have a look around. And so I'll just do that same sweep of the cabin, and I noticed some the graffiti here. It's I saw a similar style in the previous room. It said appease. It seems almost that biblical thing that I was mentioning, going back on my limbo theme here. Is any of you got any ideas about this?
Is the graffiti in like ballpoint pen? Is it in permanent marker, in paint?
Permanent marker.
And what is remembrance something?
Remembrance Lost.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it in the chat to help you guys remember.
Thanks.
Remembrance Lost, isn't that some kind of book or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is there an equivalent of a knowledge check or something? History?
As a quote from anything?
Yeah, you can give me a D6 roll. It's not like part of your vet studies, so it's just a standard D6.
Okay. That's a 1.
So, no, it doesn't ring any bells.
Right.
Eddie, did you want to have a think as well?
I'll do the same, and I rolled a 4.
Great. Could you give me an extra one, just in case?
A 6.
Great. So, as you're thinking this through, you kind of unconsciously put your hands in your pocket and take out the octopus, and you just feel this
just
like
start fondling it.
Yeah, you just start like squishing it like a stress ball, And as you do, you realize it. Like, yes, there's possibly a book titled around it, but it's more this idea of you get this idea more of leaving behind a memento, something that's important. It kind of is what it makes you feel like,
Yeah.
and you're just staring into that smiling octopus face as you have
Yeah.
thought.
Eddie looks down at the octopus and says, all right. I got a weird idea, but all right. He sits down his laptop on the table in between. It's like,
Yep.
if you could just keep an eye on that for me for a second. I just want to check something. He'll move over into the north exit again and step out.
So you go to the north, step through, appear at the southern door effectively,
Yep.
and your laptop remains.
Oh, good. All right. Well, cool. And so he'll go over and grab his laptop and then see if he can walk back through the room and come back to the first room.
Yeah, it's gone. It stays there. The others are still there.
All right. So it looks like we can't duplicate options that are here. It's an interesting fact. Yeah. All right. All right. Cool.
Remember it's last time.
I'm going to get a permanent marker out of my bag and try extending the graffiti.
Yeah.
Unless either of you has a better idea, I'm going to try adding "and found" to the end of it and see if that does anything.
Sure, you can draw on it.
Sure, I mean, it seems like someone's thesis project on trauma and public transport as it is, so
Yeah.
what more can you do?
So you add your own little personalization to it. It stays. You draw on that you commit a minor nuisance crime of graffitiing public transport.
That's right. If somebody wants to get me off this train and find me, I will pay the fine.
Alrighty.
What do you want to do next?
I look under the table.
There's nothing
like
there.
on the underside of the table.
Yeah, there's a couple of pieces of of gum that some teenagers stuck under there, but nothing else of note.
I think at this point, Perry's just gonna give up and sit down and be like, maybe I'll just go back to sleep, and this won't be a problem for later. Or if you figure anything out.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Eddie, when you came through the door, and everyone feels it now, it's much more narrower. It's this train, every time you pass through those doors, it's a little bit by little bit.
All right, there's definitely like this is getting tighter. I mean, I was able to sit into this chair quite comfortably a minute ago, and now my ass is half hanging off. You guys are feeling that, right? It was just constantly shrinking.
Maybe stop going through the doors.
Yeah, it's probably a wise thought. Great. Well, I'm a little lost.
Anyone have anything to eat?
I check my bag.
Mints.
No, I've only got these protein bars, but they're mine. Yeah.
Would you like to, if you guys like, you can commune with the cosmos and risk your sanity for to see if you can get some more information?
Yeah, Eddie will do that. That's his jam.
I'm going to check my phone and see how much time has passed.
It's the same time as it was before.
Of course it is. Cool.
I said about 10:30, yeah?
Yep.
Yep. Still 10:30.
10:34 and
10:34.
23 seconds.
Yep. If you go into the time option, it appears to freeze. It doesn't open the app.
Interesting. Eddie's going to do his Cosmos knowledge by searching all the files on his laptop. That's his way of doing that. He's communing with the thing. So he's going through all these general Lovecraftian laws and things like that.
Sure.
General roll.
Give me a sanity roll.
As a 2C.
Well, the good news is your sanity doesn't go any crazier.
Mm-hmm.
All I'll do is restate the obvious, which is that the only change that has maintained when you guys have gone through the door is when Eddie left their laptop on the table, and this is something very important to them.
Good.
That's the only thing that's like carried over.
So Eddie put their laptop down on the table and
And went into the next room, and the laptop was still there.
It's the only time that a change has remained between moving doors.
Interesting. So I think Eddie will point that out. So look, perhaps there's something here with that remembrance lost. Like if something that's important to us is lost, it remembers it in the limbo state. So have you got anything important on you that you can leave here?
important.
I have my tube ticket for which if police find me, then I will get fined, and so it is important.
Sure, that it's not exactly what I was going with. I mean, if we're stuck in limbo, we're being tested to see, if we're worthy of going to the next world. Now, having those earthly possessions isn't something that's worthy. So, I personally am
Uh,
trying to fight you to get us out of here. So,
Look, buddy,
unless you've
I'm all
got some
about
earthly
possessions.
possession,
You
perhaps
know
your
what?
wallet.
I think that you are full of something bad, but you might have a point. So, like,
What I do for a living.
that horrifies and terrifies me in equal measure. I'm going to take off my grandmother's locket
Yep.
and put it on the table and then stop these two from immediately walking through the door while we try to find Perry something that's actually important. Because I'm pretty sure a tube ticket doesn't count.
Look,
A
don't leave my
reasonable
stuff here.
assumption.
Why should I have to? Fine.
Look at it this way. If it doesn't work, you can come back and pick it up.
Sure. Perry takes off a very sort of old, expensive-looking watch and leaves it on the table.
Yep. And Eddie, are you leaving your laptop, or were you leaving something else?
Yes. I'm heartbroken already.
Great.
All right. Well, look, doesn't work. It'll just be there. It's an earthly possession. That's how we're gonna make it through. All right.
Sure. Okay. Let's
go.
all go through together, just in case it does what it did last time and like tosses the carriage off into the darkness.
Yeah. That would. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So you guys.
All right. Let's go. And
You guys open the door.
Open the door and step on through.
Yep. For this time again, the windows are all blackened, covered. You can't see into the next one. Previously, you could see into that next carriage. You all three step through. The door slams shut behind you. That ominous clicking starts.
I try to open the door in front of us.
That pops open easily, and
Yeah,
whatever was
step into the
covering falls away.
carriage.
So the door's open to a new carriage, yeah?
Into a new carriage. This
Excellent.
one, though, normal looking carriage, but the lights inside the carriage are flickering as you're looking from the bridge.
I do not like this. I do not like this at all.
I try and open the door to the previous carriage again.
As you reach over, that clicking stops.
Good.
And you remember from last time, that means you got seconds to leap away before it jumps off.
Yeah. It's just like, goodbye, Seuss. You've been good to me. All right, bad news, guys. My large collection of history and things that we've associated with the cosmos is gone, and the start of my latest blog also gone. Good thing I've been recording it all up here, so got a reference point, but there's a lot of history there. But that's how we got to work as a team.
You don't take backups?
Look, yeah, it's 2025, buddy. If you don't have backups, I think that's your own
Okay,
fault.
if you trust the cloud, you're all fools. All right. Do you know what the cloud actually is? It's a collection of demon spies from the Nisos world that are collecting your data and using it to implant thoughts into your head to buy additional items that they create. I mean, who's ever heard of a fidget spinner? You're generating energy for their universe. That was their big ploy last time, and it worked for them.
Okey-dokey.
All right? God.
Stacey, do you want to slap him
Plebs.
now?
Do you guys
What?
enter the carriage?
You say something, Barry?
You guys
Oh,
having
yeah,
this argument?
I already
on the
entered
way?
the
Yeah,
carriage.
we've
Right.
entered the carriage. It's just like,
I'm standing at the back of the thing
So,
watching the other carriage
I'll-
slowly disappear.
I'm just going to retcon slightly. So you have this conversation as you're walking through the door. You enter the carriage. The lights are flickering off and on, like for 2-3 seconds at a time.
I turn my flashlight on.
When the lights are off, you feel as though people are pressing against you every time it's dark. When you turn on, you hurriedly like grab your phone, turn on the light. The torch on your phone turns off when the lights flicker off and turn
Same with
back
my
on.
headlamp.
Same with your headlamp.
Yeah.
Same with any other. If you like use your phone as a torch and just use like the screen to provide light, that also just goes dark and then comes back on. There's this constant feeling every time the lights go off that people are pressing against you, like you're on a crowded subway train. But when the lights are on, it's just the three of you.
As Eddie walks through, like, Perry, stop touching me, all right? Seriously, I need my space. You go up that way. And then he's like, Perry!
I'm not anywhere near you, buddy.
Look, stop touching me. That's all I'm saying, okay? Stop it. I need my space, all right? God, some people.
This sounds exactly like how Daddy lost his root bear property. 1 minute you're chasing a fox, and next you're in a chalk circle, no trousers.
All right, look.
What? Perry, you fox hunt? Do you know
He slaps
how
people.
horrible
That's more shocking to me than fox hunting.
You are a sentient being. You can tell him to stop. The poor
I
fox
did,
doesn't
and he
have a
slapped the other
chance.
side. God. Look, I don't know what's going on here any more than what you guys aren't listening to. But got my limbo theory. It's working for me so far. I guess I'm the genius, but in theory, if we look around for some graffiti, we might be all right. It seems that this particular demon god likes graffiti, so let's use our moments of light to try and find it, shall we? Stay over there, Perry.
Demon God is a hoodlum from the what do they call
I'll
it?
do a search for
Powers.
some graffiti.
We searched the carriage.
As you start to do that, as you start looking deeper into the carriage, every time the lights goes on at the start, it's like you see little people hiding behind things. And then ducking out of sight. When you go like rush to look behind the chair that you saw somebody, there's no
What
one
was that?
there.
Little
is this-
people like children, or little people like creepy gremlin doll things?
I wouldn't say little. No, sorry, like full-grown adult people, but they're just
Okay.
it's like they're looking at you from behind something, and then out of the corner of your eye. But then when you like swing to bring your eyes to it, nothing there. You go look, nothing there. Eddie, you go looking around for graffiti.
Mhm. In the
one-
moment of darkness, I want to take a swing in the darkness, just straight to where I'm feeling pressure.
You feel hands pressing your arms down to the side as you do that. Do you fight against it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Give me a roll. Give me a 6-sided dice.
A cheeky 3.
So you struggle to do it when the lights are off. When the lights come on, you just like immediately like swing at nothing.
Throw punches.
Yeah.
God, stay still, you rats!
You find some graffiti. It's written across one of the walls in big letters. It says "Bring the L," and then trails off as though
Bring the what?
interrupted. Bring the L, like bring the,
Okay.
and then it finishes off.
Do you reckon it's asking, saying like, bring the light, and then it went dark and they couldn't finish it?
Maybe it says bring the loser and they want you.
Well, clearly I'm winning, so maybe that's why you should stand closer to this thing. All right? Sick of your shit, Perry. Absolutely sick of it. All right? The attitude, not been helpful at all. Like, I've been here rescuing your butts, and just saying, the reason you're here is because I'm here. All right?
Next time the light goes off, I want to try and slap him again.
When you do that, you run over and slap him, but then you see those shadowy figures that I mentioned before, they're not. It's no longer that they're hiding behind things. When you see them when you're like making them out in the corner of your eyes, they're now standing up. But when again you turn your focus onto them, they're not. There's nothing there. You absolutely take a swing at Eddie when the lights come back on.
No, when the lights are off, so I can say that it was one of the demon things.
Again, you struggle as you feel your hands are being held against you, and you're being crowded against your will. Give me a d6 roll.
I get an extra d6 because I'm an asshole.
Not today.
Got a 5.
Yeah. You managed to like break free enough to be able to hit Eddie in the face, but without a 6, I'm going to say it's very clear that it was you. There is no like, oh, it was the ghosts.
I'll try and block it and take things like, I swear to God, Perry, next time.
What are you talking about? It was.
I saw you trying to slap me, Perry. I saw it. Okay, seriously. All right. From now on, this is my half of the train. That's your half, Stace. You can go where you want. All right, I've got no beef with you.
That's good.
I would like to try and close my eyes and see if there's a similar effect. If I can not tell when it's light and dark.
Yeah.
What the situation is.
Unless you're using some kind of blindfold that I'm not going to ask where you'd have in your backpack if you did, you can still see when it's light on.
I was just going to do a full hand cover.
Because
I mean, I can cover my hand with my eyes and not be able to tell when it's light and dark.
You start feeling like you're getting suffocated, that people are right on top of you. You're struggling to breathe.
Constantly?
Just constantly.
Yeah, okay, great. So
you very quickly remove your hand.
Yeah.
And the normal pattern establishes.
Yeah. Stace, don't cover your eyes, all right? If it's dark for you, it is that unpleasant sensation constantly.
I'm just staring at this graffiti, thinking about all the words that I can possibly think of that start with an L, because light is the most obvious, but we have no way of bringing light anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if there's some other L word that would make more sense or make some sense.
Yeah.
Lima.
I mean,
right?
You've established that you've got a permanent marker. You can try to fill out the word Lima.
Makes most sense for a vet, I think.
Oh, well, look, if you're going to finish it off, I mean, what have you got in your bag there that starts with L?
Lemonade?
All right. See if you write lemonade and then put in brackets flat, because I assume it's been there for a while. See if that's what they want.
It's subtle judgment coming from Eddie over there.
Wow.
No one who ever has lemonade in their bag, it's not going to be fizzy. It's been sitting there for a while. You drink lemonade in the moment, otherwise you don't drink it.
All right. What do you want to do?
I am not convinced that lemonade is the correct word.
That's not the point. The point is we're going to bring them something that we can fill that they're asking for.
It might not be light. I mean, obviously we can't bring light because every time we try to make a light, it doesn't work. But
can I go on?
We could try something like it. I mean, hear me out here. This is creepy and weird. And there are creepy, weird people in the dark. So, lightless? Lightning? Lighter? Does anyone have a lighter? Perry, you look like you smoke.
As you say that, the lights go out, and instead of just the pressure of people pushing on you, it feels like they're digging their nails into your forearms. And when the lights go back on again, there are imprints.
On everyone or just Stacy?
All of you.
Excellent. All right, I'm not a fan with this. Not great with small spaces. Can I do a quick search around my half of the train for any items or things that might be lost here?
Yeah, give me a d6 roll. So here you go. I'll take an extra one because you're the investigator.
Oh, I sure am.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, 6 and a 1.
Nice. So with the 6, you find a permanent marker that's been rolled. Its cap is like off and like put on the back as though it was being used until it was left on the ground. You test it against your finger; it's still got some life to it.
Okay. Great. And so I'll run over and like, look, do you actually have lemonade on you?
Yes.
Done. He'll write lemonade onto the wall.
All right. You write the word lemonade. The lights go out.
Mhm.
That pressure, nails biting in, impressions left on arms, and further in.
Ow!
Can I
You
try and punch whatever it is?
no. Let me finish describing what happens before you try that. As you kind of the lights come back on, you see like a bottle of like there's somebody's put down a graffiti of a lemonade bottle on the wall. It's been like twisted and torn, wrecked. You could still make out the label of whatever relevant lemonade brand you were thinking of when
Yeah.
you wrote that word. But and
6
there's
up.
like a couple of drops. There's a couple of drops on the bottom. The graffiti is still incomplete. Like what you wrote is not there.
All right. Can I say bring the light? I'll write it in there. Why not?
Sure, go for it. So
I do it.
you write it.
Yep.
The lights stop flickering.
All right. Okay. Let me just take a moment here because I think I'm a genius. Oh, thank God.
Your
Oh,
genius
God.
would have said, "Bring the ladies."
I'm not sure that
Harry,
would
I
have been a
swear to
good
God.
idea.
All right.
Brackets naked.
I'm really sad that I didn't take this moment to convert the L to a capital E and write exit because we might have been. I found a way out of here. Alrighty. Are we good? You all okay? Stace, you feeling fine?
No, I'm super freaked out. I am not fine. I am not fine. This is not okay. Uh should we keep going forward?
First Lovecraftian event, huh? Cool. Alrighty. Yeah. No, it's good. Perry, stay if you want. I'll lead the charge, and so Eddie will head towards the exit this time.
Yeah.
The worst thing I've ever done before was a surgery on a dog.
I'm hoping you're a vet.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Because otherwise, this train and Limbo, I thought we might have been going somewhere else. So, it's good. I can understand why Perry's would have been here if that was the case. And I've done some questionable things in my time, but I can justify them. But unqualified surgery on animals, that probably would have tipped us over to. Anyway, let's go. Let's just make the next garage.
Every time I think that maybe you are an actual decent human being, you open your mouth.
Yeah. It's
You
It's a real
talking to
shame that-
Lockie or Eddie?
it's good.
That was a good one, yeah.
I'll push to the next garage.
So you walk to the next carriage. The windows are blocked. The door's locked. Do the other two follow?
Yeah.
I'm going with him. He might be an asshole, but he does seem to be right.
All right.
I will light a cigarette and follow. quite
You did
rightfully
have a
does have a lighter.
Yeah, you guys.
He's just got a long history of people borrowing them and not giving them back. He just, I can't.
Yeah.
I'd
No,
love
he
to. I
borrowed
just
this
can't.
one. He borrowed
Yeah.
this one.
The So again, the door slams shut once the last of you goes past it. The clicking, the thing slides away. The door opens. This time, it's not. This room doesn't look like a normal uh, train carriage. It's got wooden floors. The walls have got like wallpaper on them. What you'd expect from a child is like pictures of like clowns and stars and big tops and stuff like that, all like along the wallpaper. Everywhere the floor is covered in toys, backpacks, childlike items. No sign of any children though. It's about the same dimensions as an all train carriage, but when you go through the doors, when the door closes behind you, it resembles the door of a house at the front and at the back. and the roof appears to be that of a.
All right.
Well, this isn't creepy at all.
Yeah. Watch where you step. I want to feel my pockets. Is the octopus toy still there?
The comforting feeling of the octopus reaches your is in your pocket, and you just kind of like give the little tentacle little
It wraps its tentacles round your
Nice.
soul.
I'll turn it inside out and
giving
sit
you
it
a
amongst the other
squeeze.
toys.
Yeah. Nothing happens.
Yep. Cool.
I'm
All right,
gonna
hopefully that'll
search
stay
the
there.
room for graffiti.
Yeah. Give me a d6 roll.
Smart Stace.
4.
Yeah. It's hard to tell because, like, you know, there's toys covering some walls and stuff. Like, we're talking, you know, it's a massive space. Oh, sorry, not massive space, but masses of toys. So it's hard to be sure that there isn't like something on the floor or something like that. But you're pretty confident that there's no graffiti. Whatever pattern you're expecting to have established, I don't follow your rules by.
Is there a fidget spinner?
Do you look for one?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's clearly what's powering the other Cosmos. So it could be a fuel source here.
Yeah. So you reach down and you pick up a fidget spinner.
There is
and
one.
it's one that you had, like, it like you remember as a child having this toy. And so I ask at Lucky as Eddie Locke, what do you remember about this toy? When do you remember playing with it? What memory flashes across your mind as you pick up and spin this fidget spinner?
I think he'll pick it up and spin it, and he remembers that he was trying to balance it on his nose and twirl in the opposite direction to make it look like he was some kind of sprinkler at home, and running around with his younger brother and saying, "Look, I'm a sprinkler," and then twirling around and then tripping over and hurting his knee. I think that's the memory he's gonna have.
Beautiful. And you as a moment, you just subconsciously try and do it, like balance it on your nose, and
Yeah.
you pull it off perfectly. Like it just works. Stacy, I'll just maybe take a step back. As you're searching around, you also like pick up a toy. It's one that is important to your childhood, as Stacy. Maybe something that put you on your path to be a vet. What is it?
It's a My Little Pony toy.
Mhm.
It's Twilight Sparkle, who I loved and took in the bath with me when I was a kid and brushed its hair until it was a tangled mess. I don't actually even know what happened to that toy because I think maybe my parents retired it while I was out at some point, because otherwise it went everywhere with me.
Yeah. And in fact, there's like a little mark that you did once, like you tried to like touch up its cutie mark or something like that, and you realize kind of like this could be that toy somehow. This could be that special toy that you had all those times. And Perry, you also just like at the same time reach out and grab a toy, something that you recognize from your
Granddad's shotgun.
past. I'll repeat the
painted
words
the roof with
toy.
this.
I will repeat the words toy. There are no shotguns. I will allow it to be a BB gun if you wish, but it will need to be something that you have a memory of, not just I want to arm myself and I'm bending the rules to do so.
No, it's a very cool metal model of a Rolls Royce with like all the wheels and stuff. It's like, I don't know, 20 centimeters big,
Mhm.
and weighs like 5 kilos because it's all metal.
Okay. And what's your memory of it, though? Like, you described it very accurately that you could use it as a blunt weapon, yes. But what is the memory that this invokes for you as you pick it up?
Smacking my brother on the head with it.
And did you injure them?
Yeah, they're in
Yeah.
they've had a carer since then.
Yeah. And,
Oh, wow.
and as you
That got dark fast.
and as you look at it, you see there's that dent and even a little red stain where you made connection with this item. It's very heavy. Are you dedicating yourself to carrying it awkwardly for the rest of the space?
No, I think Perry will hurriedly put it away, like push it back into the mess of toys. To the memory of why he is now the heir to the family.
Yeah. So you guys pick up these toys. Perry pushes it away quickly after he has that moment, and the far door opens and leads out onto the carriageway, that bridge between the two carriages.
Cool. I'm gonna leave the room. I'm gonna bring Twilight Sparkle with me.
Not a problem.
I won't bring my toy only because it has different annotations to me now, and so he's gonna leave it behind. It's like, look, you found the way out. Let's get out of here.
Perry will hurriedly leave the carriage. In fact, lighting a second cigarette.
To one on each side.
Like this.
Just triple fisting cigarettes.
Tosses one into the gaps
playroom.
between the carriages and lights another one going through the door.
Give me a sanity roll as you do that.
Sure.
So roll a d6. Anything but a 1, your sanity goes up.
6.
Oh, is that just Perry?
Just Perry.
Yeah.
6.
A 6. So your sanity goes up to 2 as you see the cigarette seemingly leaving your hand as a lit cigarette and potential fire risk, and lands as one of those fads pretend lolly toys harmlessly on the ground.
Yeah, great. I'm getting more sanity. That's great.
Sure, that's what it's counting up towards. You guys enter the bridge. The door slides across, just like any other train door. Disconnects. The next door opens. This time, you walk into what you'd recognize as a greenhouse. But there's plants there clinging onto life. Some splashes of green. Some pots are broken. Some plants have been overgrown out of them. There's flickering lights, hanging down. There's vines all across the ground. It's again the same dimensions or size as a train carriage, but as you look out to the sides through the walls of this greenhouse, you see just the blackness of a darkened train tunnel.
Do we recognize any of the plants?
Do any of you? You can roll a d6 to see what you know, but
I mean, if any of them are things that are either edible to or toxic to animals, I'd probably know those ones.
yeah, I'll give you a second one for that. You can roll the third one if you want to risk your sanity too.
Any of
Let's
these
go
kind
with
of
2 at the moment. That's a 5 and a 1.
Yeah, for a 5. So you recognize like there are things that are toxic to animals just because there are some plants that are toxic to animals. It's not like, oh, there's like a whole bunch of things that are poisonous here. It's just more that they're just like common everyday plants, but they're all on their last legs. Like they're all like needing some kind of care and attention in some way to like there's nothing very healthy here.
I feel like the only plant that Perry would really become confident in knowing is cannabis. So
none of that here.
Nice. Eddie's going to go through and continue with his theme of trying to look for the graffiti.
Yeah.
That'll be his go-to.
Yeah.
It's his ongoing theme.
Go for it.
I'll offer Eddie a cigarette as he goes past and enters the
Don't
carriage.
touch me, Perry. I'm seriously, just keep your space, all right? I've already been touched enough. I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2. Yep. You don't find any graffiti. You do see what looks like a hose reel in one corner, and it seems to be dripping water as though it's connected and active, which, as far as you know, should be impossible on a moving train.
You think this is like, if we're stuck in our limbo, we're going to continue on. We've lost our earthly bonds. We've had our flashback moments. Perhaps this one is showing we care about the world we're leaving behind. So, how about you make yourself useful, Perry, and give these things a water?
I'm going to check the soil in some of the pots and see if it's already soggy.
No, it's dry as a bone.
Okay. They probably need water.
Mm-hmm. Eddie's going to keep looking for things.
Yeah. I have a new theory. I think we're actually just dreaming. Well, I think I'm dreaming. I'm not quite sure why I dream you two. So maybe you're in my dream, but I
I'm
think
not
this is all
dreaming.
a
I've been
dream.
slapped twice.
We've already tried that.
It could be a nightmare.
Yeah, I don't usually feel pain in my nightmares. I experience mental torture, but physical pain, that's a new one. Although it would make an excellent article within the Phantom Atlas.
I think you had
Should
someone
make
to
a
write
note
it.
of that on my Oh.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
Well, let's water the plants. If the hose
Right.
is working,
Yeah. Who waters the plants?
these guys are still arguing about who slapped who. I will go and water the plants.
Yeah. So you water some of the plants, and as you do, they just seem to perk up a bit more and a bit faster than you expect a plant to.
That's all right. I'm dreaming. This is normal. This is perfectly normal. Super, super normal. It's all good.
Eddie's just listening Stace talk to her about us. Talk to herself. She'll understand soon enough.
Actually,
Once we reach the edge of purgatory, she'll get it.
give me another sanity roll as you're kind of like desperately trying to convince yourself that this is some dream.
3. That makes
So
my
you
insanity go up, doesn't it?
53. Yep.
Yep.
You're doing everything you can to hold on to that delusion, but there's a part of your voice is like that water was cold when it ran down my hand. I don't know these jerks. Why would they be in my mind space? But no, it is a dream, and everything is fine.
Everything is fine. Everything is going to be fine. Everything is awesome.
Eddie, Perry, what do you guys do as Sarah's methodically watering plants in her dream state?
You mean Stace? Eddie. Eddie will continue looking, and then as soon as he sees the plants start perking up, he's like, I guess I was right again. What's that now, Perry? 4 to me, 0 to you? I guess I'm the useful one. So if either of us has a chance with Stace, it's going to be me.
Dreaming. I'm just dreaming. This is fine.
It's fine. I think Eddie's dreaming as well.
I'm pretty sure he is.
After seeing the plants perk up, Eddie's going to go over to try and find the other door. It's like, I'll check the next carriage, see if it's working yet.
Another hose or any like watering can, perhaps.
Yeah, give me a d6 roll as you look around and see what you can find. You're welcome to risk your sanity with an.
Is there another door to the exit of the greenhouse?
There is.
Yeah.
It is locked when you try it.
Cool. Nothing yet. All right. Maybe we got to complete the full thing. Perhaps a harvest is required after we're done.
Maybe. Perry, how did you go with your roll?
That was a creepy confirmation.
I should add audio only format. I'm in darkness with a torch shining on my face. So I run this to give everyone the creeps as we play this. Sorry, Perry, how did you go with your roll? Unless we've lost you.
Hello.
Hello. There you are.
4.
So with a 4, I'll say. And did you roll sanity with that one or no? No, that's fine. So you start poking around. You don't find like a watering can or anything like that, but you find like like those plant feeders, like the little fertilizer packets. You find one of those.
So I guess I'll start. I'll show Stacey like.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we should put this fertilizer in with the plants? They already seem to be growing quite a lot.
Do I look like a gardener? I don't know. Read the instructions. Does it have?
You're a woman. I thought you would know this.
Oh, fuck off.
Wow. Okay, that's not really okay, Perry. My readers would have a go at you and a half for that one. All right. So
all 3 of them.
I was about to apologize to the nice young lady.
Your mom, your dad, and your sister.
My dad doesn't read it. Just 2.
The packet, does it have instructions on it?
Yeah, it's standard thing, just sprinkle X amount of coverage over Y space, etc.
Well, I know how to spread fertilizer. I was asking about your opinion, given that the plant's already growing. But I mean, you can be a bitch if you want. That's fine.
I think I'm going to water Perry as well.
You
since
just
I've got
Squirt him
the
with the
hose.
just accidentally like squirt them. Yep.
Yep.
Fuck.
Look, we're tending to our garden. That is clearly the next step in our trip to purgatory. The glass house, is it kind of, wipe the glass around it, see if I can get any more sunlight in here?
Sure.
So I'm going to
I'll
take,
just there is no sunlight though. You're in the darkened tunnel. All the light is provided from like overhead, like heater lamp style things. Some of
oh,
them.
okay.
they've got
So
some
it
of them-
still looks like we're in a carriage?
the dimensions are, but the wall and roof are this glass house,
Interesting.
greenhouse thing.
Okay.
So, Perry, did you start fertilizing?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So as you start sprinkling again, any plants that you fertilize, they come to life a bit more. They start to be a little greener, stand up a little straighter.
I'll look for any weeds that need to be removed, creeping vines that are killing things.
Yeah, you quickly like start looking around. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of like plant seeds and stuff that are starting to come out. You grab out a handful, the ones that you work on. They again start to stand up and improve unnaturally fast. If the three of you have weeded, watered, and fertilized the same plant, they start flowering and growing back even more.
Nice.
Nice.
Upon flowering, I'll check the door.
It unlocks. It opens to the bridge between carriages.
Excellent. Leave this place of wrath and tears and move on to. Eventually, we're going to reach the front of the train, and then.
Well, I think at that point we might actually realize that we have moved to the next world. I think like as we're going on, Eddie's believing more and more that we're entering the state of like this is a judgment for we've died and this is our final tests. And I'd like to roll a sanity roll on whether he,
Go for
I
it.
think it's a fair call for that as he's doing
Please do.
a 5. We're cool. He's accepted his death.
So, in much the same way that Stacy has accepted that they're in a dream state and they're going to wake up any moment, safe and sound in a train carriage, bit of drool down their mouths, and nothing but a strange dream. You've now accepted that you're on the path to the afterlife, and have already passed away. Perry, just for my sake, what is your delusion? Do you have a delusion that you're going in for that you'd like to roll sanity for? Just to where on these extremes are you?
This is still actually just the continuation of a trip from last night.
So you're just still high. Okay.
Yeah, he was at a club.
Never actually got on the train.
No, this is just this is something which is just like, whew.
Yeah.
That don't know where Dino got those pills from, but man, he's gonna have to have a chat with him later.
I honestly
So
thought
cut
you were
with
going to be
something
like,
weird.
he's stuck on one. I'm clearly stuck on one of those Japanese game shows. That's what this has to be.
Yeah. Can you give me a sanity roll as to see how well you cling to that delusion?
Got a 2.
Yeah. So yeah, that's fine then. You're pretty confident that is in fact the case, and that becomes your reality for temporarily until something else.
Gotta go with the flow. He's been in some circles with shamans and Ibiza and stuff like that. This is kind of similar.
Those well-known Ibethan shamans.
Yeah.
You haven't heard of them?
It was again. Dino said this guy, was a shaman. Really, just Dino's fault.
Excellent. You guys enter the next carriage.
We do.
This one has a door on the front, a sign on the front that you see as you enter it. It's the first one with a sign on it. It says the dining car.
Oh dear.
You push.
Look, Perry, good thing you were hungry. You can help yourself out now.
Oh, Amazing.
You enter the dining car. There's like a banquet hall set up in here. Again, it's the same dimensions as a train carriage, but for all down the center of this train is a large dining table. It's lavishly set, like there's crystal goblets filled with an unidentified at this point red liquid. There's platters filled high with meat. There's what
A
looks like
weird, creepy
vegetables.
creature with its eyes in the palms of its hands.
No, but there are like there are what look like at first glance people. Like there's like free seats towards the there's like empty seats, but about half the seats are taken up by what would look like people, but they've got sharp teeth and sagging skin, and are all like reaching over and eating. And each of you notice that what you at first took to be standard cuts of meat and what look like vegetables.
No. Those were never standard cuts of meat.
They are not standard cuts of meat, and they are recognizable parts to something that you would not want to have on a dining table. And if you could all give me another sanity roll as you take that scene in.
Natural 1. As it's
Natural 1.
Oh,
That's good. Like, yep, nope, afterlife, hell, that makes sense.
Yep, this is where we ended up. Clearly we failed because we had Perry with us.
Stacey, how did you go?
I got a 1 as well.
So you're
I'm
also
like, dreaming.
dreaming.
This is not real.
I need
Gonna
to
wake up any second now.
I need to lay off on the early morning chocolate bar as breakfast.
Yeah, I need some different sleeping tablets. Hey, these ones are not working well.
And Perry, how did you go with this latest?
2.
2? All right, so you guys are all like well within your own delusions about how this is definitely not real.
Yeah.
A room full of creepy toys? Oh no, a room full of cannibal monsters? We're fine.
Yeah. As you guys approach the table?
I think we'll just move
Is there a
in.
way to get past it without going near the creatures?
Well, it's so big that you can you'd have to inch past them on the wall.
I think that as we approach, like Eddie's just going to be like, okay. I think the only explanation is that this is where all the other passengers on the train ended up. Now, for some reason, we've been chosen that we weren't worthy for it, or I mean, there's a reason that we weren't touched. Now, let's hope that there's still a reason we weren't touched.
Mhm.
I'm gonna make my way across.
All right.
Just if the worst should happen, use the distraction to try and get past. Okay.
So as you approach the table, some of the diners turn and look at you, still chewing, holding the meat like it was some kind of drumstick.
Mhm.
As you get closer, some of them are clearly watching you, and as you approach the nearest empty seat, one of them jumps up, tries to grab you by the shoulder, and force you to sit down and join them at the table.
Nice. I will do that as my attempted distraction.
Right. You sit down, and despite the fact that this is definitely not something you want to eat, there's a part of your brain that starts going, but you're so hungry. You are so hungry. Could you give me a roll, a human ability roll to avoid to try to resist that if you choose to?
Honestly, I don't think he would. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if he's thinking these thoughts and he can kind of use his other hand to kind of wave them past,
Mm-hmm.
he'll use that distraction and the fact that the empty seat is now taken to try and, slowly pick up the meat and take a bite.
Yeah. You automatically lose a sanity as you.
Great.
There's just no avoiding what you're doing with this.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and he's horrified that he's doing it, but he's like, if I can't make it, at least Stace can do it, and maybe Perry can make something himself one day.
Okay, Stacey and Perry, did you guys want to try?
I'm gonna try to move past as not stealthily, but as calmly as I can without making contact with anything. I'm if at all possible, going to use the same skills that one uses to walk past an aggressive dog
Yeah.
without making eye contact and without letting it bite you.
Yep, that's fine. And Perry, what do you do?
Harry is self-confident he's supposed to be here and will proceed past with that arrogance confidence.
Yeah. So so it sounds like Stacey, you're going down the side that Eddie's on, and Perry, do you
Mhm.
go on the other side of the
No,
table?
same side.
Oh, so you both, so all of you are like on the left side of the table. That's fine. There's seats for everyone. Stacey, since you described it first, I'll say that you come across the next empty seat again. So he like jumps up, tries to grab you by the shoulder, get you to join in.
Perry will intervene very as soon as Stacey gets grabbed and said, "Excuse me, good man. Like, it's rude to manhandle a lady like that."
All right. Give me I'll give you 2d6 rolls. I'll let your socialite self be kind of experienced at like rebuffing that kind of action. And
One
you
and
can
a 6.
1 of the 6. Awesome. So yeah, you managed to prevent her, but then so Stacey, you managed to continue on unmolested. Unfortunately,
Yay.
Perry, you're now being dragged down to the table to join.
I don't think so. I have an appointment somewhere else.
All right. Give me another roll to see if you can avoid it for yourself.
I got 2 4s.
2 4s. Yep. So I'll say that's enough. So you're struggling and you're about to sit down, but then you just manage to like do the old shoulder twist, get behind the person, and just leg it past them. But the smell, like as you're getting down closer and closer, that smell like filled your nostrils. So I might just get you to do one more sanity roll because it was a bare success. 2.
If you were a bear, you would have passed.
If you were a bear, you would have passed. You guys like just sit there awkwardly at the end of the table. The door's locked as Eddie is finishing his meal. After a while, all the patrons start, wiping their mouths and like patting each other on the shoulder as though they just had this magnificent meal. Eddie gets this like big slap and dragged up on his feet, and you're free to join the others at the end of the carriage and exit.
Excellent. Yeah, he'll now thank you for the meal, and he'll walk to the end and go out into the in between corridor, and I think he'll just start throwing up.
Wise move. Yeah. Yeah. None of you want to see what's getting thrown up.
No.
When he's done, Perry will again offer him a cigarette.
I'll offer him a mint.
I will definitely probably take both, actually.
Excellent. There's one more door.
Let's go through it and see what horrors wait for us on the other side.
You enter the final carriage. This carriage, again, it just looks like a standard carriage, but all the windows are broken and the floor is covered in broken glass. But what you notice that is unusual about that is that the glass looks like it's stained glass, like from a cathedral that's spread out all over the floor. You're able to like navigate it walking, but there's crunching as you do so. For once, the tunnel lights are on and they're gleaming red lights. Up on the roof, there is graffiti before you ask. It's back. And it says, "All will fall." And as you look at the far end, there looks to be some kind of stone half pillar, something on the far side of the train.
A stone pillar, like a
Or an altar.
sacrificial altar-y thing, yeah.
Yeah. From this angle, it's hard to tell, but it's there. As you guys crowd in at the entrance of this carriage.
Awesome.
Gonna go and look at the stone altar.
As you start walking down towards the carriage, you encounter what feels like an invisible wall. As you start walking,
I'm gonna be like a mime and see if I can find any edges or a top to the wall.
so not to the top, it reaches all the way to the roof of the carriage.
And to the sides.
Reaches to the sides, but to answer your last question, there's a gap at the bottom.
How large a gap?
crawling
As if
across
one were to fall to the ground.
across broken glass.
I guess it's our only choice. Like little boy Eddie watching Stacy going down on her knee, hands and knees there. He's like, all right, well, yeah, no, we can do this. And so
All right.
he'll,
Hang on a second,
on.
Eddie.
yeah. What do you
My
got?
coat.
Yeah.
I am
Got
going
warm
to
jackets on.
take off my coat
Mhm.
and use it to brush the glass shards away from the central corridor.
Mm-hmm.
And then feeling where the wall is, I'm going to actually put the coat on the floor underneath the wall and try to crawl through on top of the coat.
Yeah. It's not enough space for you to be on top of the coat, but I'll say you can have it in front of you and like kind of use it as a broom to sweep a path.
Okay, I meant like lay it flat.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you lay it flat and then you're like, how
So
are
I'm
you?
kneeling on it.
Yeah, she wants to basically crawl across
Yeah.
the coat.
Use it like a
you know,
carpet.
Yeah.
I shall cover thy muddy path for my lady's steps.
I see what you're saying. I would struggle to see how you could do that because it's your commando crawling. I should make that clear. You're not like you're not like kneeling and crawling. You're like on your stomach, chest dragging across the floor. That's how low of a gap there is.
Okay.
If I
Alright.
don't fit through with the coat,
It's more
I
how
am concerned that I won't fit through at all.
well, it's more that how are you going to move the maneuver the coat to then be like in front of you and keep on like sliding across? Do you see what I mean?
You never shuffled across the ground with a towel.
Have you?
Not without sticking my ass up in the air, and that's the ass up in the air is what's going to cause the issue.
So, like, what I was thinking is I would just put the coat down flat, then get down on the coat and move across the coat. I mean, I don't know how thick the wall is. And I guess I can sort of reach underneath the gap and see how thick it is. But I was assuming that it was wall thick rather than like all the way to the altar.
Yeah, give me a d6 roll to see how you go with that.
6.
6. So you're able to kind of get halfway through, but the coat's getting shredded by the glass, and you like pushing down on it as you go through. And you start reaching a point where it's just stops being as useful as it could be. So you're about halfway across. This jacket's like getting caught and torn, and
Is
How
the space
thick
now
is
sort of
the wall?
clear?
it's more that it's just this invisible wall of force. You can't push up against it. So there's this tiny little clearance that you're basically flat on your stomach to get under.
Yeah, but how wide is it?
Oh, it reaches all the way to the sides.
It just continues forever.
So as
Okay.
you continue on, you're like halfway to the altar. You're blocking the way to the others as they're following you.
Has
Yeah,
the
I mean,
ground
Eddie will
been swept
follow
clear
behind
of
if he
like
can.
glass?
It's been no, because it's some of it's been picked up at a jacket, but unless you have enough way of avoiding it for yourselves, there's still shards of glass that are being left behind.
Okay.
Look, Eddie's thinks of himself as a bit of an army man, being he's wearing his army jacket. So he's like, I can do this. I've crawled through tighter spaces, and yeah, so he'll just basically grit his teeth and bear it and start crawling through,
Yeah.
falling in
Sweep
behind.
the glass out of the way.
I'm doing that. I mean, most of it would have been pushed out of the way by Stace's jacket, I guess.
Yeah, but Stacey, you continue all the way across.
I mean, I
You're
guess
gonna
so.
crawl across there. Just take my jacket with you and give it to Stacy.
She's got a jacket. We're fine. We don't need your help here. It's not all about you, okay?
So you guys do what you can to clear the glass and eventually reach a point where you can stand up, and you're right at the altar. Stacey, as you get up, like brush some of the glass. It's like hasn't harmed you, but there's like bits of blood all over your arms and chest as you've stood back up. You turn back and look, and there's people, normal people, but just sitting in the chairs as though it's some kind of you're at a pulpit for a church. They're all glassy, slack-jawed, glassy-eyed, just staring at nothing. On the altar, there is a bowl, silver bowl, You couldn't see it from the angle you were at before, but it's clearly there now. And you, and it's just filled again with this murky red liquid. You can't see what's inside of. Eddie, I'll say that you're second. As you come through, you're holding that octopus in your hand.
Again.
Well, you don't even remember taking it out of your pocket. It's just there.
Yeah, he looks up and says, huh, okay. I guess, yeah, he'll, I think he'll walk up to the altar that's there and, yeah, he'll rest the octopus to the side of the altar, turning it inside out once again, as is the norm. And, you know, the bowl is, what does it have? What looks like blood in there?
You actually want to take that's a reasonable guess to make.
Yeah. Eddie will go ahead and from his cut wounds, add to the collective.
Yep. Nothing happens.
Yeah, cool. Looking around, anything else of excitement that catches Eddie's attention?
No.
I think he'll put the octopus into the bowl.
So 2 things happen when you do this. The first is that as you do put your hand under the water, you feel metal, and you realize that there's a knife that was covered by that water, that eerily warm.
So
liquid.
there's a knife in the water.
Yep. You feel like a blade that was just in there.
Okay.
When you and the other part is that the stuffed toy, this little companion that's been smiling lazily through all these tests and trials that you've been going through, doesn't feel like a soft plushie anymore. It feels like a real octopus clinging to your hand.
Horrific.
Does it look like a real octopus now?
Do you lift it back up?
Yeah, absolutely.
It does.
Okay, that's well, it's still hasn't it's lost its smile, but
this
seems
is
happy.
This is super weird. I'm going to take my Twilight Sparkle doll, which I'm still holding, and put it in the water.
Yep. You also feel the knife as you put your hands under the water. It's just there. But all Twilight Sparkle just gets a literal bloodbath, I guess.
Oh well.
Great.
There was
all
a
right,
chance I could have had a pony.
Reaching back in, can I pull out the knife with my other hand?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
As you do so, as you take the knife out of the water, those people sitting in the aisles are now looking at you and looking at the knife in your hand, and they start chanting, just like in this
Yeah. Targan, Cthulhu, yeah.
I remember this song from Halo.
Probably more Halo than Cthulhu Katagan, but yes.
Excellent. All right, well.
What's Perry doing? Did he come with us?
I was going to say, where is Perry?
Yes, and I don't have a soft plush thing to put into the blood bath and join everyone, unfortunately. But now everyone is chanting and looking at Eddie. Is the force field still there from this side?
Yes, you can't go past the front row of the seats. You can't approach these people.
Is there anything behind the altar?
Yeah, is there anything else here?
The end of the line. The door leading out into nothingness. Dun, 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 dun.
On that, I would like to take the knife, and I will, being that his sanity is getting up there, he'll take the knife, stab it through the octopus and through his hand at the same time.
Your own hand as well?
Yeah, both through the octopus and my hand. So it's going to sacrifice both myself and it.
What the fuck, bro?
These are the trials. We are heading towards purgatory, and I do not plan to stay there. This must be done, weird. Perry.
Super intense. Give me a sanity roll as you literally include yourself as part of the sacrifice.
Natural 1.
Well, the good news is with sanity rolls, that's good.
Really?
Because you're below your number.
Oh, good.
So you do this.
This
So
is
you're
what
like,
makes perfect sense.
so you do that. So you stab the octopus. Knife passes through your hand.
Instead
But
of
there's a
wincing in pain.
Yeah. But there's a part of you that's like, yes, I need to be part of the sacrifice. Yes, this needs to be what happens. But then a part of you is like, no, I want to live. I want to be where I should be. And you guys, and so you have this moment of doubt. There's a bright light. And you guys all kind of wake up on the train station, on the train. You guys are surrounded by people, but you're all like your clothing's tattered and torn from your crawl across the floor. Eddie, you are bleeding badly from the hand that you stabbed through, but no longer have that knife. You're all just looking around. All these people like don't understand where you guys came. Like a second ago, you guys weren't there, and suddenly you're there, and obviously in some ways injured. One of them runs over, hits that driver call button that now works, and they call for emergency help for you. Each of you have this kind of image in the back of your brain of almost like a black hole in the center of the universe, and the accretion ring, this bright ring of light that circles around it. But instead of it being just an effect of light, you realize it's a train circling around this black hole, and whatever rich you are has kept that train going and kept whatever's in that black hole where it's meant to be.
Nice. Upon that, I will, looking down his hand, he'll, look over at Stacy and I mean, do I see Stacy? Is the other question?
You guys are all on the same carriage. You guys,
I'm there.
you guys are where you woke up in that very first carriage.
Yeah.
in what
So he'll
feels
look
like-
over at it's Stacy, right? I didn't dream it's Stacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say we're back, but do you reckon you can help with this? And he points to his bleeding hand.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not a
get my
dog, but
phone out.
Yep.
I will help him as best I can because obviously I do in fact have band-aids,
Yeah, you'll have a
in
first aid
my
kit of some
bag,
description.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
but
So
they've also called emergency. I'm going to get my phone out and call work and tell them that I'm also sick. I'm not coming in today.
as you do, you take note of the time. It's 10:31,
Yep.
wow.
and that's it.
Yeah. Harry sees all this and rapidly moves into the next train car.
Yep.
Along with his lit cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
is it the same train car?
well, it's not. Well, yeah, it's just you going through normally. You go into the next carriage. No, there is no lit cigarette. But yes, you absolutely happily and normally walk into the next carriage. People are like a bit weirded out as to why you're potentially running away from a crime, like because you're bloodied. You've got these like blood marks going down your face from where you crawled across the broken glass as well. That's it.
I imagine it's like the end of Contact where I've got a 2 hours worth of recorded footage of static.
Oh no, it's just there's nothing there.
Yeah, great.
It's as it was at 10:29.
And your laptop's missing.
Yep, and those items that you
That
left.
hurts. That
are
hurts so
somewhere else.
bad. That was good. Good game. Good work,
It
Dan.
was fun.